Hey ladies and gentlemen, Nathan from Bastion Games here, bringing you 6 collector booster box opening video of the newest Magic the Gathering set, Secrets of Strixhaven. Now, I took it one step further than my previous videos in this one, and I don't know anything about the set. I have left all the spoilers and the hype and all that to my employees for the most part. Obviously, I couldn't stay away from people talking about Force of Will and Vampiric Tutor Online, but for the most part, I don't really know anything else about the set. So you guys will keep me honest. Now, we do it a little bit differently here, just because of how difficult it is to open collector packs, and like half the time they don't have tear tabs. What we've done is we've opened 6 boxes, taken the rares, or sorry, taken the commons and uncommons out of it without looking at the rares or anything in between. So packs will have like a token at the back and a land in the front. So we haven't seen anything in between these. I haven't, at least. Quick plug for my store. If you are interested in Secrets of Strixhaven product, it comes out in 2 days on Friday. We'll have singles, all the sealed product. Even with the delay for a lot of it, we still have some commander decks. I believe bundles are fully delayed until the 24th. But collector boxes, play boxes, all that fun stuff. We've got all of it. And we have 4 awesome events for pre-release. We have Friday at 7 p.m., Saturday at 5 p.m., Sunday at 5 p.m., and then next Wednesday is our two-headed giant at 5 p.m. So without further ado, let's jump in because I know it takes a little while to do this. Here we go. I'm super excited. One thing I did want to talk about, though, was pulling out the commons and uncommons. In collector packs, there are 2 Mystical Archive common and uncommon cards in each pack, and they take up common and uncommon slots. And man, some of the cards they've chosen for this are absolutely insane. The lands, as you can tell too, I think the only one, we can't see mountain or island on the top, but I'll be using these in a commander deck for sure. They look absolutely beautiful. So here we go. And I'll apologize if I sound a little raspy or if I sniffle a bit. I've just finished the worst 7-day cold of my life. So here we go. Exhibition Tidecaller. Inspired Sky Painter from Commander. Joined Researchers. Dismember from the Mystical Archive. That thing looks sweet. Ooh, and a Mana Sculpt. Let's see. 3 mana, instant, counter target spell. If you control a wizard, add an amount of colorless mana equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell at the beginning of your next main phase. Oh, so this is mana drain for 1 additional mana and requires you to have a wizard. 100% will use this. Oh, there's the island. Look at these. The art in this set is amazing. The Dawning Archaic. Turbulent Wilderness. Harmonized Trio. Smallpox. And Germination Practicum. So this is a 5 mana sorcery. It's a lesson. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. And it has Paradigm. And Paradigm means, I believe, at the beginning of each of your turns, this casts for free. Like auto cast. So if you resolve this, you will Germination Practicum every one of your turns. I could see that being like any kind of +1/+1 counter deck. There's a mountain. Woo. Resonating Loot. Relic Retriever. Erode. What is that? That is 1 mana. Oh, Flusterstorm. That's Flusterstorm. Has to be Flusterstorm with that art. That's pretty good. And it's a mythic, so yeah, it's got to be Flusterstorm. And holy smokes, I was looking at the other card. What is this? Oh, this is 4 mana. This is Armageddon. And this is an example of, like, you can get etched foils, but you can get silver scroll foils for the Japanese cards. So it's almost like an etched foil and a textured foil at the same time. Absolutely beautiful. It's got to be one of the prettiest cards I've ever seen. Schwamp. Grave Researcher. Muddle the Ever-Changing. color Storm Stallion. Ooh, a foil culling the week. Oh, that is sick art. So far, just with the commons and uncommons, what I've seen so far, there are so many good reprints in this set. Holy crap. Exhibition Tide Color. 1 blue mana for a 0/2 Djinn Wizard with Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 3 cards. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, they mill 10 cards instead. I hate mill. This is going to kill me. People are going to use this on me just because they know I hate mill. Forest. Stirring Hope Singer. Vanguard of the Restless. Nita, Forum Conciliator. Pyretic Ritual for 3 red, right? 2 and 3. Pyretic Ritual. That's cool. And Choreographed Sparks. 2 red mana instant. This spell can't be copied. Okay. Choose one or both. Copy target instant or sorcery spell that you control. You may choose new targets for the copy, or copy target spell, creature spell that you control. The copy gains haste, and at the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice this token. Okay, so you can copy your own spells or you can copy your own creatures, and they've tried to make it balanced. Fair enough. The pests are hilarious, and they've swapped them from when they die you gain 1 life to, oh no, this is the old pest, yeah. The new pests are when they attack you gain 1 life. Wild Growth Archaic. Kinetic Ooze from Commander. Resonating Loot. Crop Rotation. Ooh. Beautiful crop rotation. And Shattered Sanctum. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands, and it taps for black or white. So turn 3 land. Art's amazing. Ooh, Emeritus of Ideation. It's a mythic, and it's a wizard. I have a wizard deck. I love these things. 5 mana for a 5/5 flying ward 2 human wizard. This creature enters prepared, so you can use its Ancestral Recall the turn it enters. Whenever this creature attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, this creature becomes prepared. Oh, okay. I'll take it. That is probably worth opening. Eccentric Pathfinder. Shattered Sanctum. Oh, normally I got a little carried away because I saw Wizard in the Mythic. Normally I only read the card in the back. My apologies. Empty the Warrens. Archaeomancer, which is from the special guest art. This is a 4 mana 1/2 human wizard. When this creature enters, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, it's uncommon. That's okay. Island, Stormcarved Coast. I believe the lands are all reprints from Innistrad. Expansion Algorithm. Maelstrom Artisan. I don't know. What is that? Prismatic Binding? X and white? Something like that. Comforting Counsel. 2 mana green enchantment. Whenever you gain life, put a growth counter on this enchantment. As long as there are 5 or more growth counters on this enchantment, creatures you control get +3/+3. So very straightforward. Basically has a breakpoint like Beastmaster's Ascension. Easier to trigger. Joined Researchers. Herald of Amity. The Dawning Archaic. Crackle with Power. Love that spell. Dina's Guidance. 3 mana instant in black or green. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand or graveyard. Then shuffle. Oh, so that's a pretty cool black-green tutor effect. Black Loafing Pest. Coastal Peak. Moment of Reckoning. Angel's Grace. Ooh, and it's a nice looking Angel's Grace. I mean, they already had good looking Angel's Grace, but that one looks pretty cool. And Hardened Academic. 2 mana in red-white for a flying hasted bird cleric. It's a 2/1. Discard a card. This creature gains lifelink till the end of turn. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So this guy's an enabler for stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I have the hardest times building anything red-white. I feel like I end up doing the exact same thing, just turn dude sideways. Skycoach Conductor, Stensian Sanguinist from Commander, Stirring Hope Singer, Preordain, and Wild Growth Archaic. So 2 mana. Now this is an interesting way of doing a hybrid mana. This is a mono green creature, so it either costs you 2 green or 4 of any color, or a combination of them. It is a 0/0 with Trample and Reach. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. Whenever you cast a creature spell, that creature enters with an X additional +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of colors spent to cast it. So you want this in a 5-color or 4-color deck, and this just acts like a massive lord for everything else. Witherbloom the Balancer, Prismari Pianist, Lorehold the Historian. What's a dragon pack? A foil Crackle with Power. Let's go. And Fix What's Broken. As an additional cost to cast the spell, pay X life. I love pay X life effects. Return each artifact and creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. Thank goodness it doesn't say X or less, or this would be beyond busted. But if you have a consistent deck where you slot a lot of CMC3, or maybe you build around that effect, this turns into 4 mana, one-sided reanimate everything that's in your graveyard. And it's artifacts and creatures. Solid card. There's box number 1. So far, so good. We saw some really cool cards in there. Box number 2. What do you guys think so far? We've got Swamp, Scheming Silvertongue, Lattice Library, Color Storm Stallion, Shamanic Revelation, and Cody Vociferous Codex from the special guest art. It's 3 mana for a legendary artifact creature book construct. So this could be your commander. You can't cast permanent spells. So this is all spells except for your commander deck. You can pay 4, add 1 mana of each color. When you cast a spell this turn, your next cast, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile an instant or sorcery card with lesser mana value. Until the end of turn, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Put each other card exiled this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. So it essentially turns your deck into, once you hit turn 4, everything cascades. Or 1 free cascaded turn. That's interesting. Emeritus of Abundance. Augusta, Order Returned. Traumatic Critique. Deflecting Palm. I have died to this. Exhibition Tide Color. We've seen this guy. So we'll just put him to the side. Island. Informed Inkrite. Yavimaya Bloomsage. Steal the Show. Oh, that's Dismember. I'm assuming that's the only thing that's got black. Yeah. Dismember, which is cool. And another full art or extended art foil Shattered Sanctum. It's the black-white land. Together as One. Changing Loyalty. Prismari the Inspiration. Ooh. Foil Jeska's Will. Oh, I want this. This is an amazing looking card. Followed by, an extended art foil Mana Sculpt, which we've seen already. This is the mana drain for 1 extra mana if you control a wizard, which I will. Or a changeling. Berta, Wise Extrapolator. Owlin Spiral Master, or Mancer. Wisdom of Ages. Vampiric Tutor. This art is sick. I wonder what this looks like foil. Whew. Search your library for a card, and then, I got excited. You guys know what Vampiric Tutor does. Followed by Comforting Counsel, which is the life gain enchantment that we just saw. Another island. Comforting Counsel. Dina, Essence Brewer from Commander. Mosio, Vane's New Dean. Brotherhood's End. And Conciliator's Duelist. 4 mana and solidly black and white for a 4/3 core warlock. When this creature enters, draw a card. Each player loses 1 life. Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, exile up to 1 target creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Something tells me it's going to be this guy a lot of the time. Solid card. Cauldron of Essence. Turbulent Wilderness. Antiquities on the Loose. I don't know. What's the spell that's 4 mana? Discard, make treasure? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think that's what that is. Choreographed Sparks. We saw that in the first box. Quandrix the Proof. Relic Retriever from Commander. Skycoach Conductor. Days from the Archives. And, oh, this has to be Shieldred's Edict. That's Shieldred on the card. And it's 2 mana. That is a silver scroll foil Shieldred's Edict. Now, don't get me wrong. I love getting this card. I'm not a fan of them taking cards that were common or uncommon and putting them in a rare slot in collector packs, because then they can take up the best card in your pack, right? Some people think that's awesome. Some people might not. But still, that's some cool art. Swamp. Shattered Sanctum. Vanguard of the Restless. Wild Growth Archaic. Oh, here's the English Shieldred's Edict back-to-back packs. I think the art on the Japanese one is definitely better. And another Wild Growth Archaic. We've seen some duplicates already. Here we go. Some crazy. Traumatic Critique. Zimone, Infinite Analyst. Petrified Hamlet. That's not Berserk, is it? No, that's whenever you cast a spell, creature spell, draw a card? Glimpse of Nature? Probably Glimpse of Nature, yeah. Fix What's Broken. 4 mana, black-white sorcery. Oh, this is, I've already read this one out to you guys. It's the Reanimate, a one-sided Reanimate, potentially. You guys have no idea how hard it is to skip past cards without reading them, because I haven't seen these cards yet. I just want to stop and read them all, but we are in limited time. So we've got Molten Core Maestro, Kinetic Ooze, Restoration Seminar. That's some cool looking art. A foil Vampiric Tutor in the same box. Oh man. That's amazing. And Hardened Academic. And we've seen this guy already. Conciliator's Duelist. Inspired Sky Painter. Ral Zarek Guest Lecturer. Extended art. Glimpse of Nature. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the other one's Glimpse of Nature that we saw. And Dina's Guidance, which we've seen as well. Second box. Absolutely insane. 2 Vampiric Tutors in it, plus other stuff. Come on. Does it get better? Box number 3. Okay, right off the hot. We've got a foil Ral Zarek Guest Lecturer. Feral Appetite. Skycoach Conductor. Culling Ritual is in the bonus sheet. And Magma Blood Archaic. And I guess all the it must be a cycle that are colors and 2 for hybrid. So this is the red Archaic. It's a 2/2 avatar with Trample and Reach. It also has Converge. So your Archaics you're most likely wanting to see in multicolor decks. Like 3 or more. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 until the end of turn for each color of mana to spent to cast that spell. That could be extremely explosive. Splatter Technique, Zamone Infinite Analyst, Wild Growth Archaic. I think we've seen this more than anything else. That, look at this art. It's gotta be like expressive iteration or something like that. The guy's face is just like, ooh. Steal the show. 3 mana red sorcery. Choose one or both. Target player discards any number of cards and then draws that many cards. Okay, so it filters. And Steal the Show deals damage equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard to target creature or planeswalker. Like, I feel like you always choose both. Because it's a double target card. They can't sacrifice the target and make this fizzle because it has 2 targets. Arc of Hunger. It's a red-white artifact. Fateful Tempest. I just want to read it. Petrified Hamlet. Shamanic Revelation. Oh, Petrified Hamlet. Yes, this is the one I wanted to read. All right, so this is a land. When this land enters, choose a land card name. Activated abilities of sources with a chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Lands with the chosen name have tap, add colorless. Now, I feel stupid because I feel like you can't stop land for tapping for mana. You could preemptively, if you're playing against like a deck you know that runs a bunch of shock land or fetch lands, you could stop them from fetching by naming a preemptively, and I'm sure there's utility lands that you might want to stop. But yeah, or you could pick one of your own lands that might not produce mana and give it mana. I don't know. Interesting. I'm sure you guys will prove me wrong. You guys always do. Ominous Harvest. Aziza, Mage Tower Captain. Another Vampiric Tutor. 3rd Vampiric Tutor now. No, I'm not complaining. This is amazing. You can never have too many of these. If I open an entire box of Vampiric Tutors, I'd be happy. Dreamroot Cascade, which is the 3 or more blue-green land. Or 3rd or more. Petrified Hamlet. Turbulent Step. Postmortem Professor. Prismatic Ending. That's amazing looking. Aziza, Mage Tower Captain. She's a legendary creature, Djinn Sorcerer. 2 mana for a 2/2. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may tap 3 untapped creatures you control. If you do, copy that spell. That's a solid ability. If you have anything also, I'm assuming they made it red-white and didn't put blue in there, even though blue is a copying ability as well, primarily because there's too many blue dudes that produce creatures when you cast spells. Cauldron of Essence, Eclipsed Step, Vastland Scavenger, Foil Ad Nauseum. I see people die to this card in CDH all the time. And Prismari the Inspiration. This is our first extended foil Elder Dragon. 7 mana for a 7/7 flyer in blue-red. Ward is pay 5 life. Instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. I can see why that's 7 mana. Just giving all your instant sorcery Storm. If this guy hits the table, resolves, and they have mana open, and or it survives to the next turn, it's probably just game over at that point in time. In red-blue, you're filling your deck with things that draw you cards, things that produce red mana. Oh, Prismari. Striding Shotcaller. Great Hall of the Biblioplex. I don't remember. 5 mana? We're running out of time. Blinding Light. Slumbering Trudge. X and green. It is a plant beast. That is a 6/6. This creature enters with a number of stun counters on it equal to 3 minus X. If it entered with a stun counter on it, tap it. Now, if you play with something like Malira, counters can't be put on creatures you control. This guy is 1 mana for a 6/6. I won't use it, but it's sick. Mosio, Vane's Nudine, Merchant of Venom, Witherbloom the Balancer, Reprieve, another example of a good common, uncommon card that they put as a rare so they could slot it in here. And Molten Core Maestro, 2 mana for a 2/2 Goblin Bard. All right. It has Menace, solid Goblin ability, and Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, add an amount of red equal to this creature's power. So you want to play a bunch of little spells to power it up, but then you also want to have payoff spells that give you a bunch of free mana. Fair enough. That token art card looks amazing. Plains, Magma Blood Archaic, Nexus Mentality, Pensive Professor, Fracture, and Arc of Hunger. So this is 4 mana, red-white for an artifact. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, this artifact deals 1 damage to each opponent, and you gain 1 life. Solid, okay, so, and then tap, mill a card. You may play that card this turn. So you can, this thing basically draws you cards, heals you, and damages each opponent. That's a solid card. You're going to get way more value out of this thing if you figure out a way to tap it, untap it a bunch of times. Or untap it a bunch of times. Zaphi and the Tempest, Lattice Library, Vicious Rivalry. This is, what is this? I don't know. There's a lot of text on this card. 1 mana. It's not Swords to Plowshares or Path to Exile. I'll have to look it up after. Or put it in the comments if you know what it is. Jadzi, Steward of Fate. There's a lot of wizards in this set, obviously. It's Strixhaven. 3 mana for a 2/4. Jadzi enters prepared. When Jadzi enters, draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. So its enter effect is looting. As a 2/4, 3 mana, that's okay. That's decent. And then Oracle's Gift, which is XX blue sorcery. Create X00 green and blue fractal creature tokens, and then put +1/+1 on each of them. Then put X +1/+1 counters on each fractal you control. This guy, I love this guy. He gives you the ability, if you're playing like a wizard deck, as an alternate win condition of just pumping out, like if you have 11 mana, making 5/5/5s. I mean, it's at sorcery speed, but it's still useful. Or if you play a flicker deck with blue, this guy's looting through your entire deck, and then he can continually use this ability. Solid card. Steal the Show, Augusta Order Returned, Ralzarek Guest Lecturer. Oh my god. I just dropped it. I just opened our best card, and I dropped it. Oh, let me find it. I actually can't find where it went. I will continue on and find it after, but that was a force of will. We also have an extended art foil, Emeritus of Ideation, which we've seen already. This is the Ancestral Recall Wizard. That was a crazy pack. All right, continuing on, we have Berta, Wise Extrapolator, Turbulent Moor, Sundown Pass, a foil Big Score. I think this is the one that I was looking at earlier in the Japanese version. And a big, yeah, this is Big Score. Back to back. Absolutely insane box. It'll be even better when I can take a moment to find that card. Box number 4. We've got Emeritus of Truce, Immoral Bargain, Ralzarek Guest Lecture. This guy's popping up. A Chroma's Will. Beautiful card. Holy smokes. Berta, Wise Extrapolator. 4 mana for a 1/4 legendary frog druid. It has Increment. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Berta, add 1 mana of any color. And that's if the CMC of the spell cast is more than her, she gets bigger. I believe. I might have that wrong. Together as One. Pest Rescuer. Antiquities on the Loose. That is Brotherhood's End or Brother's End. And Practiced Offense. 3 mana sorcery, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls. Target creature gains your choice of Double Strike or Lifelink until the end of turn, and it's got Flashback. Sorcery, why would you pick anyone else's creatures? I guess if you had something that blows up all large creatures, you can make them all bigger and then blow them up. Island, Traumatic Critique, Durger Focus Mage, Wild Growth Archaic. We've seen this guy a lot. It's Mythic, 4 mana. I don't even know. I don't know what this is. Probably should have thought a little bit more about the cards that I can't read. Bleck, Loafing Pest. 3 mana for a legendary 3/4 in black and green. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each pest, bat, insect, snake, and spider you control. That's solid. Very thematic. Conciliator's Duelist, Ceaseless Conflict, Skycoach Conductor, Veil of Summer, Vicious Rivalry. Vicious Rivalry reads, as an additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. Destroy all artifacts and creatures with mana value X or less. I love this spell. This is going in decks. All artifacts and creatures. Pensive Professor, Feral Appetite, Petrified Hamlet, Expressive Iteration. Ooh, this is even nicer than the F&M one. Conciliator's Duelist, which we've read. Zaphi and the Tempests. Fateful Tempest. Restoration Seminar. That's got to be Fracture. That is Poetic Ritual. Oh, we've opened one already. Oh, and this is the silver scroll foil. Mind into Matter, Ominous Harvest, Suspend Aggression, Return to the Ranks, and the blue-green Dreamroot Cascade, Mountain, Berta Wise Extrapolator, Quintorius History Chaser, oh, that's from Commander, Fix What's Broken, ooh, Veil of Summer. Has to be Veil of Summer with a heart. Maelstrom Artisan. 3 mana for a haste 3/2 Minotaur Sorcerer. This creature enters prepared. And its spell is Rocket Volley. Destroy target non-basic land for 2 mana. Please don't flicker this guy against me. Splatter Technique. Turbulent Step, Deathcap Glade, Pyretic Ritual Foil. The art in this set is bananas. Magus of the Library as a special guest star. 2 mana, 1/1. It can tap for a colorless or tap, draw a card. Activate if you have exactly 7 cards in your hand. Shattered Sanctum, Eclipse Step, Vastland Scavenger, Empty the Warrens foil, another Mana Sculpt. I love this card. Plains, Emeritus of Woe, Striding Shotcaller, Mosio Vanes Nudine, Crackle with Power, Moment of Reckoning, 7 mana sorcery in black and white. Choose up to 4. You may choose the same mode more than once. It only has 2 modes. Destroy target non-land permanent. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Fair enough, 7 mana. Pop 4 things, reanimate 4 things. Now, I will point out that there's a red-white or red-black Runus ultimatum. I believe is 7 mana, isn't it? And it's destroy all permanents your opponents control. Maybe it's 8 mana. Cauldron of Essence, Merchant Venom, Postmortem Professor, Big Score, Antiquities on the Loose. 3 mana for a white sorcery. Create 2/2/2 red and white spirit creature tokens. Then if this spell was cast from anywhere other than your hand, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. And it's got flashback. So that's pretty crazy. If you have no other spirits and you cascade into it or cast it from exile, it will make 2 3/3 spirits. And then, of course, flashback triggers that as well. Awesome box. Moving on to box number 5. Almost done. We've got 2 boxes left total. We've got Zaphi and the Tempests, Coastal Peak, Puck's Plague, Foil Prismatic Ending, and a foil Storm Carved Coast, which is the red-blue 3rd or more land. Steal the Show, Stensian Sanguinist, Pensive Professor. I don't know. What is this? 2 in white? Shoot, I don't know. And Murmuring Mystic from the special guest art. Pensive Professor, Iganjo Dynastorian, Emeritus. Oh, this is the same. Yeah, this is the Ancestral Recall guy. Sick. Another Angel's Grace. Vastland Scavenger. 3 mana for a Death Touch 4/4 Bear Druid. He enters prepared. His spell is 5 mana, Bind to Life. Mill 7 cards, then put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Solid. Island, Postmortem Professor, Defiling Demagoth, Sundown Pass. 5 mana. This has to be Ad Nauseam. Yeah, it's mythic. This is the Japanese Ad Nauseam. And another Maelstrom Artisan. Pensive Professor, Leitmotiv Composer, Aziza, Mage Tower Captain, Foil Days. These cards, I don't know if you can see, these cards look absolutely beautiful. And a Grave Researcher. 3 mana for a 3/3. He's a Troll Warlock. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. Then if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, this becomes prepared. So it doesn't enter prepared, which is good because Reanimate's built to it. But 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard is extremely easy. And then you can cast Reanimate off of it. So this prepares if there's 3 in your graveyard every turn. Solid card. Choreograph Sparks, Defacing Duskmage, Choreograph Sparks again. What is this one? 2 mana. I can't tell by just looking at it. Emeritus of Abundance. 3 mana for an Elf Druid, elves, with Vigilance. Enters prepared. Whenever this creature attacks, if you control 8 or more lands, it prepares. Its sorcery is Regrowth. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. I'm 100% using that. Harmonized Trio. This has Brainstorm on it. Rib Truss Roaster. Conciliator's Duelist. Ooh, Cyclonic Rift. Foil. And Vicious Rivalry, which we've seen. Arc of Hunger. Iganjo Dynastorian. Together as One. Preordain. And Conciliator's Duelist. Mountain. Geometer's Arthropod. Nactamun Lore Spinner. Emeritus of Abundance. Prismatic Ending. Silver Quill the Disputant. 4 mana for 4/4 Flying Vigilant Dragon. Each instant sorcery spell you cast has casualty 1. What is that? Is that copies if you kill a creature you control? I mean, in black and white? Yeah. Solid. Stirring Hope Singer. Prismari Pianist. Shattered Sanctum. Another Jeska's Will. Solid. And another foil extended art Emeritus of Ideation. Like, I feel like either I'm getting really lucky here, or this guy's going to show up everywhere, and he's going to be worthless. Probably not. This is nuts. Swamp. Flashback. Zamone. Jadzi Steward of Fate. Empty the Warrens. Followed by, this is Shamanistic Revelation. Has to be, yeah. Draw all the creatures, draw a card for each creature you control. And then Ferocious is, if you gain 4 life for each creature power 4 or greater you control. So, something like that, and it's the silver foil. Fix What's Broken. Turbulent Springs, last pack of the box. Apply Geometry. Another Jeska's Will, solid. And another Moment of Reckoning. Insane boxes. Like, I'm usually unlucky, and I'm not just saying that. When I open stuff, like, I guess the last couple of times I've opened one valuable card, but like this just feels more solid all around. Sky Coach Conductor. So this is our last box on video. We're doing it in record time too, 42 minutes so far. Striding Shotcaller, Joined Researchers, Veil of Summer, followed by, this is, I don't know, 2 black mana. 2 black mana. Smallpox. This is Smallpox. Double black, because they wouldn't have like Doomblade or anything like that in there. They had it in the last set. Smallpox. I'm pretty sure I saw Smallpox on a previous English card, so don't give me too much credit. Stirring Hope Singer, Merchant of Venom, Color Storm Stallion, The Brothers War, Brothers End, Foil Professor Delian Fell, 4 mana for 5 loyalty in black and green. +2 is gain 3 life, which is solid in black-green in this set. You draw a card, lose 1 life for 0. -3, destroy target creature. -6, you get an emblem with whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. All right. You can do that the turn after you play it, because it starts with 5 and you +2, and it won't be dead unless your opponent actually puts effort into killing it. That is crazy. Moment of Reckoning. Gorma the Gullet. Resonating Loot. Another crop rotation, let's go. And then Deathcap Glade, the black-green land. A foil Emeritus of Ideation. Nexus Mentality. Nita, Forum Conciliator. Ugh. Holy crap, this box is nuts. This is our second Force of Will, if I can find the first one. If you're just tuning in, I dropped it somewhere. It slid off my desk and I can't find it. And an Archmage of Emeritus from the bonus sheet, the special guest art. Holy crap. Joined Researchers, Lattice Library, Shattered Sanctum, Bring to Light, followed by Slumbering Trudge, which we've seen. Maybe the key is the less I look at the set beforehand, the better I do. Because there's no way that card's not worth money, right? The Great Hall of the Bibliotheques, Augusta Order Returned, Maelstrom Artisan, Berserk. That art, we didn't get a foil one, but if that was foil, oh my goodness. Ambitious Augmenter. 1 mana for a 1/1 green turtle wizard. Let's go green wizards. It has increment. When this creature dies, if it had 1 or more counters on it, create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token, and then put this creature's counters on that token. That's interesting. So you could put like a lifelink counter on here or something like that, and it would transfer over. Blick, Loafing Pest, Turbulent Moor, Erode, another Achroma's Will, Most Beautiful, Restoration Seminar. 7 mana in white, it's a lesson. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Paradigm. So it's going to constantly bring something of yours back. That's interesting. Plus it counts as casting a spell. Wild Growth Archaic. Renegade Bull. The Dawning Archaic. Fracture. Postmortem Professor. 2 mana for a zombie warlock. 2/2. This creature can't block. Whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Exile an instant sorcery card from your graveyard. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Interesting. I mean, attack triggers deck? Maybe? I don't know if it's strong enough, though. Menace really helps, though. Witherbloom the Balancer. Owlin Spiralmancer. Stirring Hope Singer. Another Ad Nauseum. Let's go. The art is amazing. Informed Inkrate. 2 mana, Vigilance with Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, create a 1/1 white and black Inkling creature token with flying. I mean, for 2 mana? Yep. Resonating Lute, Inspired Sky Painter, Lorehold the Historian, Smallpox. Foil. And Resonating Lute. 4 mana artifact. Lands you control have, add 2 mana of any 1 color. Spend this mana to only cast instant and sorcery spells. Tap, draw a card. Activate only if you have 7 or more cards in your hand. That is an interesting card. Colorstorm Stallion. Changing Loyalty. Molten Core Maestro. Foil Culling the Weak. Scheming Silver Tongue. 2 mana for a 1/3 flying lifelink vampire warlock. That's solid already. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you gain 2 or more life this turn, this creature becomes prepared. And then the spell you can cast is Sign in Blood. That's solid. I feel like that's a really well-balanced card, too. Last pack of the video. Aziza. Yavimaya Bloomsage. Arc of Hunger. Foil Fracture, and Practiced Offense, which we've seen. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if I made any erroneous mistakes on anything. Let me know how you think we did. And I'm going to go find that Force of Will that I dropped somewhere. And don't forget, pre-release events. We've got this Friday at 7 p.m., Saturday at 5 p.m., Sunday at 5 p.m., and next Wednesday, Two-Headed Giant at 5 p.m. So if you guys enjoy this, share it, like, subscribe, comment, say hi, especially if you're a local watching this. That's why I make these for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Friday for all your Strixhaven needs.